Right to the air goes Lawrence. He's going to air one out right away. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast. And tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. 19 yards on the gain, and that's good for a first down. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Here's carry number 1 for Travis Etienne. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard. Now second down throw for Lawrence. To the sideline, and what a catch, and what a great job to keep the feet alive. Inbounds as good as you can do it. 17 yards on that play. First down, Jacksonville. Lawrence gives this one to Etienne. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down. They'll run it once more with Etienne.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
They'll go back to Etienne on first down. Taking on defenders, plowing forward. A pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's second and 5. Lawrence. That's to the right side and incomplete. Brian Thomas, the intended receiver. And it'll be third down. Now Lawrence. That is caught by the tight end, Evan Ingram. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Here comes D. Eskridge on the return. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. The lefty right to the air to start. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. From the gun, here's Tua. That's taken in by Achane. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down. So they'll talk over what to do on this third down play as we have hit the end of the first quarter. 7-0 is our score. And we're back to South Florida after this. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. They'll try and run it here. It's Achane.
A 2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
No movement from the punt team. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. They'll try it now with Mostert. First down and more to the 45. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. A big play that time on 4th and 1. 36 yards.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
A run with the fullback, Ingold. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down.
30-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
They run out of the gun and tag on a reverse. And he's going to take this all the way home. Jalen Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Now, here's the Dolphins and Tua going for 2.
The Dolphins are lining up for a 2-point conversion.
Now a give, but here comes a reverse. And he will get in. And they take the lead by 1 on top 8-7. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. On the return, it's Devin Duvernay. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 27.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts. On first down, Lawrence. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up second down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Throw left side, taken in by Thomas. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play in a tight 1-point game in this first half. We'll come back to Miami after this. A first down throw for Lawrence. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. from the shotgun. It's Lawrence. Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
Lawrence from the gun here on third down. He's got his man. It's complete to Thomas. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And the Jaguar first down.
On 1st and 10, Lawrence. And that is incomplete. Evan Ingram, the intended target. And it'll lead to a second down. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And they will get the first down here and move into field goal range inside the 25.
First down, Jacksonville.
Here's Lawrence to throw. A quick slant into the hands of Thomas. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Second down, Lawrence. He's going to run it. Trevor avoids the hit, takes a slide, but also picks up a first down. Up the middle, here's Etienne. And he's into the end zone. Travis Etienne. Touchdown, Jaguars.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end the fourth quarter in 2-minute mode. Now let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here going into halftime changes this entire game.
Here's Lawrence. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And the Dolphins are going to take possession. They've got it at their own 42. So, final seconds of this first half. Looks like they'll take a lead into the locker room as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. Here's 1st and 10. Play action. Tagovailoa. He's going to look deep for Tyreek. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end. Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. On the return, Malik Washington. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Here's Tunga Vailoa. Oh, trying to keep the play alive, but it is intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
All right, Mike, you know me. I tend to be an offensive guy, so if we're taking a big shot to start this half, I'm thinking touchdown. But rather, we go interception to begin the second half. Now, still an exciting play. I think we're going to see both sides willing to continue to take these risks, take these chances throughout the rest of this second half.
Lawrence now to throw on 1st down. Working free downfield, it's Kirk. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. Back to throw, Lawrence. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. To throw is Lawrence. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner. The next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
Now a screen set up for ETN. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. It'll bring up 4th down. Little's kick is good. And the Jaguars will extend their 3rd quarter lead. So after the field goal, back out is Little to kick this one away. Washington now to return it. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. On the ground to start the drive, it's Achane. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that 1st down. A good spot here. 2nd and a yard. Here's 2. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
This pains me to say, Mike, because I love the idea of feeding the tight end, but you can only go his way so many times if it's not going to result in positive outcomes. So wouldn't be surprised to see him try to get his backs, his wide receivers, get some other guys involved, and then later in the game, go back to his big tight end.
Tua going to throw here on 3rd and 1. He's going to air this one out, looking for Hill. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line. That's good for a Miami Dolphins. On On first down, here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he kept that play alive as long as he could, but the rush eventually gets to him and takes him down. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Now a handoff. Oh, a wrinkle. Here comes a reverse. And he'll be brought down on what will be the final act here in this third quarter. So we'll take it to the other end as we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. So they're down 8 here in the final quarter. A touchdown, a must, as they come out for 1st and goal. Here's Achane. And that's a productive run. He gets this one down to the 4. Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal. Now a designed run with the wide receiver. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Jalen Waddle. Touchdown, Dolphins. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Greg, how often do we say it's a one-possession game, but that's a 2-part story? Part 1 taken care of right there with the touchdown.
All right, Mike, so they go down and they get the all-important touchdown. But only half the time is this truly a one-score game. They need this 2-point conversion here to tie it up.
And he will get into the end zone for 2, and this game is tied.
Nothing fancy here. This was old-school throwback smash-mouth football, and they're able to pick up the 2-point play.
And this is going to end up way short of the landing zone, so that's going to move the ball up to the 40-yard line. A pair of first downs gives them 1st and 10, up at the 40. To throw is Lawrence. Oh, a wild throw there, back across the field, but it's still a completion. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level, and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand.
Trevor avoids the hit, takes a slide, but also picks up a first down. A couple of big plays to start this drive. How about 17 on this one? All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning remain as we get set for 1st and 10. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Now, on 2nd and long. They'll drop to throw. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
The game is there for the taking. They control their own destiny, but this brings up a really big 3rd down here. But remember, they don't have to force it and push the ball past the sticks. Even if they come up short, they still have 4th down in their back pocket to try to extend this drive and see if they can pull out the win here late.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. That is caught. And the Jags are going to have a 1st and goal. Very nearly a touchdown. He's going to be marked out of bounds just shy of the pylon. 2 receptions for him on this drive. This one good for 16 yards. Here is 1st and goal. They'll run it here with Etienne. And he's not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose yardage. They push him backwards.
A loss of 3 brings up 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
Again, they give it to Etienne. And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front. And he's in. Travis Etienne. Touchdown, Jacksonville. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Extra point by Little is good. And the Jaguars will go up by 7. So the lead is 7 now. Here in this 4th quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. This is 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Tua. He's going to look deep for Tyreek. And that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill there. And it'll be 2nd down. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. That's caught on the right side by Waddle. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
And now, after that catch, they've got a chance here late, Mike. They've got enough time to try to move this thing down. I think they can win the game on this possession.
Off he goes.
He tried to buy all the time he could, but when he saw that space, he quickly turned from thrower to runner, and he's able to pick up a nice gain on 1st down.
Here comes 2nd down. From the gun, here's Tua. He'll get rid of it and complete it. That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 10 yards and a 1st down.
And now we're at the point of the game, Mike, where someone has to step up and make a play. That's exactly what this quarterback and his receiver did. It gives them now a fresh set of downs and a chance to go down and make this game very interesting.
That's over the middle, caught by Tyreek. Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pick up of 14 and a 1st down.
And these are the moments in the game, Mike, where you need your best players to come through and make their presence felt. And that's exactly what he does there. Picks up a nice reception, good chunk of yards, and they keep their hopes alive.
Tua now on 1st down. Now a deep ball toward the end zone.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2-minute. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. And after that 1st down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder.
A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
just didn't quite get enough into that ball. You see sometimes the pressure, the rush, force a quarterback to throw the ball off his back foot, and I think there was a little bit of that here at play. You have to be willing to step up, even in the face of pressure, and get enough behind that ball to put that one a little bit more on the money.
Jalen Waddle, the intended target, and now it's 4th down.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball, and this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
So here it is, 4th down and 10. They snap it to Tua. That's going to be caught. And this is not going to do it. The defense comes through here in the final minute, and it may just be enough to get them a victory.
Finding yourself down to your final timeout, this is the moment. This is the drive that you have to find a way to extend if you're going to claw yourself back into this game. But the defense comes up with a huge stop, and that will all but end this game.
A kneel down here from Lawrence, and that should wrap things up. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.